What's up everyone? Just Jason here, and this is Just Jason Keto. In this week's chaffle video, we are going to find out if we can make chaffles just using Parmesan cheese. Now, I've used Parmesan cheese to make crispy chaffles before, but we always started off with mozzarella cheese and just added the Parmesan as the part that's going to make them crispy. But I figured, I've never tried to make straight Parmesan cheese chaffles, so that's what we're about here, is giving things a try, see how they turn out. So I've got just shy of maybe a tablespoon and a half shy of 2/3 of a cup of shredded Parmesan here, and then I've got about a tablespoon and a half of this grated Parmesan. Just thought, might as well try two different kinds of Parmesan here just to see how it turns out. I'm going to start with one egg. If we need a second one, we'll add it because this is a fairly dry mix with the eggs. So we'll start off with one, see how it goes, add a second one if we need to. The Parmesan obviously is a very salty cheese, so we don't need to add any salt, but I've got a good amount of fresh cracked black pepper here that we're going to add just to give it some balance from the salty taste of the Parmesan. So let's get set up and start mixing these chaffles. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start off with one egg. This is one large egg that I've beaten up here. And we'll add our shredded Parmesan in first. And again, this was most of 2/3 of a cup of Parmesan. I'm just trying to sort of equalize it between the two kinds of Parmesan that we're using to sort of total 2/3 of a cup kind of thing. So that right there looks like a fairly decent mix, but I think once we add our grated Parmesan in, I'm thinking we'll probably need to add that second egg. But let's go mix that in there, see how it turns out. You don't want a very runny chaffle mix with a lot of moisture in it, because then they won't come together. But then if you make it too dry, it can the actual texture of the chaffles isn't going to be very good. So I think this might be a little bit too dry, so I am going to add the second egg, and then we'll finish mixing that up and give these a try. Okay, so here's our mix with the second egg mixed in. A lot better looking like that, not quite as dry. So now we're going to add in our black pepper and get that a good mix in as well. And then what we'll do is we'll get the Dash Minis warmed up, start cooking these chaffles. I'm guessing we're probably going to get at least 3 chaffles out of this. Definitely get more than the usual 2 that we get out of a basic recipe. So like I say, we'll warm up the Dash Minis and we'll start cooking these chaffles. So our Dash Minis are warmed up here. I'm ready to go. So open those up. Now with this batter, while I was waiting for that, found since we added that second egg, it was a little bit runny and may not have turned out too good. So all I did was add some more of this grated Parmesan cheese. It's just the Kraft grated Parmesan, just to thicken it up a little bit. We're kind of looking for a pancake batter consistency with our chaffle mix. So again, it was about another tablespoon that I added just to give it a little bit more thickness. So we'll get a couple of tablespoons of our mix into that Dash Mini. And do the same over here. Definitely looks like we'll get at least 3 chaffles out of this mix. Put a little bit more into this side, spread it out just a little bit. So we'll close these up and we'll be back in 4 or 5 minutes when these are done, and we'll see how they turned out. looks like our chaffles are done cooking. The steam has stopped coming out of the waffle irons, which is usually a good indicator that they're finished cooking. As you can see, they look nice and golden brown. Fairly soft, you know. Parmesan quite often makes chaffles fairly crispy, but these are definitely nice and soft. So as you can see, it's a nice golden brown on each side. So we'll get these out. We'll set these first two aside on a wire rack to start cooling. Again, this one turned out the same way. And I'll cook up the other one, and then we'll come back and give these a try. Here we have our 3 Parmesan cheese chaffles. They smell really good. Now again, if you're not a big fan of Parmesan, these probably aren't for you because they are going to be quite salty. I already know because, you know, well, Parmesan is a salty cheese. So I just wanted to give it a try. We've got a good amount of black pepper in there, so hopefully that helps with the flavor. But let's open this up, see how they turned out. Not a big cheese pull, but I wasn't really expecting it. That's more of a mozzarella cheese thing. But again, they did cook up quite nice. They're not crispy. They are nice and soft kind of thing. So, you know, maybe these would make a good hamburger bun kind of thing. But let's give it a try, see how they turned out. Yep, they are distinctly Parmesan. But that's not a bad thing. I definitely like the flavor. The black pepper definitely helps balance the flavor of these. Like I say, there could be a bunch of other ingredients you could put in these that would enhance the flavor even more. Use them as hamburger buns or sandwich bread or whatever kind of thing. So this is just the kind of thing we like to do here. Try different ingredients for our chaffles to find out what works and what doesn't. And I think this one does. I'll give it a thumbs up. If you like the video, consider subscribing. Turn on your notifications so you won't miss our further recipe videos. We release new videos every week and go live once a week as well. So that's about it. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and we'll see you on the next one. Keep on thriving, my friends.